Hey besties, welcome to Two Besties in a Pod with Sika and Sherese, and we're actually in a pod. We will discuss friendships, spirituality, motherhood, relationships, entrepreneurship, etc. Be sure to grab your besties and join us in the pod. It's about to get real.
You know what? There go my other phone. Cuz I just thought about it.
I'm like, what is she doing?
I'm sorry. Okay. Because I thought about it. I'm like, how do I normally do this? Because this phone is the one that played up. I gotta record on this as the backup. And I just was like, no, I gotta record on here as a backup. And I couldn't find this phone, but I just found it. Sorry.
I'm waiting for the hi Besties, it's Sika. I'm like, maybe she want me to go first, but I Girl, we're gonna have to try to save these for like bloopers.
Bloopers. Yes. Okay.
Hey besties, welcome to Two Besties in a Pod with Sika and Sherese, and we're actually in a pod. We will discuss friendships, spirituality, motherhood, relationships, entrepreneurship, etc. Be sure to grab your besties and join us in the pod. It's about to get real.
Hey besties, it's Sika.
And Sherese.
And we're in the pod today.
We're in the pods. Do you all like our background?
A little something special we put together for you guys. Hope you enjoying this Wednesday evening.
I'm sorry, besties. My background want to act up soon as I introduce the background. But anyway.
It's okay. They get the just, bestie. You okay. You don't need to, it ain't gotta be perfect.
That's right. Because it's all good.
All to the good. So today we're gonna be talking about what we talk about, sis.
We talking about Sherese Marie, do not want to live this quarantine single life. And I'm sure there's plenty of our besties who don't want to live it as well.
Yep. So we want to talk today about the subject just because it's real. It's real out here. And it's been going on for 2 months at this point where you're staying in, you're not able to go out to restaurants, you're not actively dating. And if you were dating someone, maybe you're not even seeing them now.
Exactly.
Because we're social distancing. And maybe you loosen up the standards a little bit just because we're getting, back into the flow of things. But we want to talk about what it's like missing your boo, or still looking for your boo still looking for you.
Right.
What is it like being single and on what they call stay-at-home order?
Stay-at-home order. Okay. So for me, I don't know about for you all. So of course, I think for me that I was really, really this year getting back into the dating scene. Found a couple of people who I was digging, because when you're dating, you can date more than one person. Let's just be clear on that. Okay. You may find someone that you really like, whatever. But this year was like that time. I felt good about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is it, dating, doing this. And then it's just like, God, shut that down. Like, you thought wrong, right? So let's just be honest about it, because it's a two-part for me. In my, single life, I'm okay with that. I know how to accept it, because it's the thing. I want to be married, but I'm not desperate for a husband. So of course I have to enjoy myself, because if I don't enjoy myself, how can I expect somebody else to be around me 24/7, especially while we're quarantined, and to enjoy me, And then I have to understand how my peace is important. So I like that part of being single. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to cook for anybody. Besides, I have Asia, but when I'm ready to get up and cook, I'm gonna cook her some food. But at the same time, I don't have an extra body to cook something for. I don't have to check in with somebody all the time. I don't have to make sure that the house is clean all the time. Things like that. Make sure he get his lunch if he got to go to work. So that's the peace part that I enjoy. But then at the same time, being able not to communicate with somebody all the time, somebody to pick up the slack where I lack. You know, if I don't feel like cooking, hey, babe, I got you. You know, I'm going to do it. But, you know, I don't have that. Then with my daughter and me trying to get out the house to enjoy ourselves, I have to do all the driving. And you may want somebody else to do that driving for you. Of course, I make TikTok videos, but sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I had a guy to do this with, you know, like this is fun, you know, and to laugh with, to talk to lean my head on, to cry. I ain't trying to stress him out. He's not trying to stress me out. So that's the part that I, you know, miss in a relationship. For
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
So you do feel like it's amplified now.
Yeah.
It's amplified now that we are at the stay at home.
Yep. That we at the stay at home. And then again, you know, like I said, with dating different people, you can't even get out there. You can't do that. You know, it's like, okay, you can have a FaceTime conversation. You can have a FaceTime date. You can have a Zoom date, but then that gets boring. Like, okay, I want, because again, we talk about love languages, right?
Yeah.
So my love language, my first love language is quality time. So right now, am I able to spend that quality time with somebody?
You stay on a computer for hours all day, probably maybe
Right.
feel
But then what's my second love language? Physical touch.
Mm.
I can't touch you. And you know, or you can't touch me. And I like to rub the back of your neck, you know. And I don't think this ain't gonna do nothing for me rubbing my own neck, you know.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, that's important, you know, with your love language. Of course, I have my quality time. Like you said, we could do the computer. That's the quality time. We can FaceTime. We could talk on the phone. And then I have, you know, my family or whatever. My daughter, that's my quality time. But my man, I don't have no quality time with him.
Exactly. I was thinking about, so I was going to ask you about the Zoom dating things. Have you tried it? Have you tried it someday? Okay, so tell me about it. Yeah. Single ladies out here Zoom dating. We about to get an up and close special on how you Zoom date and what it looks like. So come on, tell us all about it.
Okay. So of course it's fun. It is fun. So it's just like this. You and I, we on here, we having a conversation. It can get a little, you know, you understand? Dependent, you know. So, you know, with a Zoom date, I did have somebody who cashed at me some money to get me some food. And food as well. So
pay for dinner.
Exactly.
Okay.
So right, you could pay for dinner. And it was so funny because after that happened, I saw like a text message from somebody on Instagram, and the guy had paid for the girl something. He had the food delivered to her, and then they set up and watched movies on Netflix and talk on this. I was like, now that is cute. That's different.
Yes, that is different.
Yeah. So I was like, that's a good idea. But I would never tell nobody that, because if you're dating me, you're pursuing me. So you would have to set that up, right? You know, I could give a little hint and I could tell this story like I just told you. And then they come with it like, you know what, hey, let's have a Netflix and Zoom night, you know?
Yeah.
That.
But on the other side of that, if y'all are actively dating, like, you can throw out date suggestions, because I know that early on, some guys are not, and then early on, later on, middle on, whatever.
Right.
Some guys are not creative when it comes to dating, and then this is a whole new ball games for them. Like, they're not used to this. Even a Zoom date is probably, they might not have been on Zoom before. So I don't think it's nothing wrong with throwing out those little hints, like, hey, or saying, hey, let's do Netflix next time. Let's Netflix and chill via Zoom.
Right. You're right. I agree.
Yeah. I just got you got that old school vibe, huh? You want to sit back and cross your hands. He be like, listen, this was
yeah. Like, pursue me. You know, I don't mind, you know, giving hints. I don't mind paying for dates. I've never been that type of person, like, you know, where it's just all on him. I think my whole thing is always like, well, I want to see if you really pursuing me, you know. So you came up with the idea like, hey, I'm gonna pay for you some dinner. So I'm like, okay, let me see, talk about this Netflix and Zoom night. You know, that would be real nice. But you're right. I can give a little hint. Hey, I ain't got no problem with it.
Exactly, because I know it's easy for us to be like, I do this all the time personally, and I don't know how many other women do it, but from our perspective, And then you look at, then if a guy actually disclosed the way he's thinking about things, you like, oh,
Yep.
I wasn't thinking like that. And I
I'm
was
thinking
all
like
in my own little world. So you girl, go ahead and suggest that Netflix and chill night.
Okay.
Okay. That's your number one.
Right.
We're gonna do that to-do list.
Right. That's my number one. Like, okay. And then I'll report to the besties how it went. Okay.
Exactly. So tell us, dating on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Steamy?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Can it get steamy dating on Zoom? Do you actually feel like it's a real connection?
I do. Okay. I feel like especially if it's somebody that you're into and they're into you. It can definitely get steamy. It can go to another level, everything. Yeah. It's like I said, especially if you feeling that person, it's totally different than if you're not feeling that person. So, make sure your kid's not around.
I was just about to say, look like you're gonna have to lock some doors when you having certain Zoom dates and then y'all might be kissing up on the camera, huh?
Right. And then you have to be careful. That's why I say you got to make sure you're feeling this person and trust, because what can you do with Zoom? You can record.
Oh yeah.
So you have to be careful, and you gotta have, coming in a little bit spiritually, you gotta have that spirit of discernment to see, like, what, will he record me? Will she record me? But if you okay with that person doing that, then you're okay. But I also feel like that you should, if you feeling that person, you should tell them like, hey, I want to record you. Be honest, don't sneak it in.
Yeah, it's the same principles as actually being on a date. You wouldn't,
Yes.
or being in a situation where you're at somebody's house, you're dating, and you guys are getting steamy or whatever. You need to disclose that you are. Matter of fact, that's not even something you would do. If you're on the date, y'all not, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be, let me pull out my phone and record this. We getting steamy.
Exactly. You ain't doing that. Right.
So it's
somebody running off.
Yeah. So would you agree with me, or maybe I should ask you, what you think about when people come up off this quarantine? You think it's gonna be a baby boom?
Definitely. Especially you folks that are married and like each other, like really like each other, because we got folks that are married and can't stand each other, and now they figuring it out, right?
Yes.
So I definitely think that, even again for the single people, because everybody still just ain't staying at home. They going to see their boo.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they going to see their boo. So, I definitely think it's going to be a baby boom when we come off this quarantine. And I'm excited about everybody and their babies. It just ain't me, because I ain't got nobody here with me, but but I'm excited. I wish y'all the best, for real.
Exactly. I was just thinking, I'm like, it's a whole bunch of single people, or even if you are dating somebody and you're not seeing them, once you get a chance to be with them like all the time again, because some women, even if you are dating, you might not want to just introduce that person into your home.
Right.
Because y'all might have been working y'all way into, okay, this is getting a little bit heavier, or this is getting a little serious, and then Corona.
Yep. Here come Corona, right? Rona messed up for us, right?
Yeah, you're forced into a long distance relationship, and at that point, and that's what I mean about that baby boom, because he wasn't able to come over because y'all weren't there yet. Y'all were not there yet.
Right.
Y'all having these steamy Zoom dates.
And then it's just like, you see them and be like, oh my God.
Exactly. We've been knowing each other forever over Zoom. Right. It's been 2 months. And we had 3 months before that. So that's why I'm coming for us, that mid-range where you are already on that physical dating and you never really got that far or were even thinking along those lines yet, but you don't have this time doing stress. It's stressful.
It's stressful, right? So you got to release that, right? When you see each other. We sorry, besties.
No, we not. It's about to get real. That's what we say. This is real. This is real life. We grown women.
Yes, we are.
And if you are a younger individual under the age of 18,
right, do not watch this.
Yeah, you can tune on now.
Right. And then, so, disclaimer, I want to tell the ladies, because you have to be very careful. Again, this is me. I I find it fine dating several people because you are just dating. I'm also upfront and I'm honest about that, but you are not sleeping with everybody. You may not be sleeping with nobody. So don't go in there thinking like, oh, because we're dating, I got to sleep with him or she got to sleep with me. No, that's not true. If you want to completely save yourself, so be it. So do it. And if they do not respect you on that, they ain't the one for you.
Exactly.
They not the one. So you ain't got to be sleeping with everybody. You don't have to sleep with nobody if you don't want to. That is not necessary in the dating scene. I just want to make that.
That's different levels of intimacy. And I think that
Yes.
I think as a, although I am married, but as a single woman, when I was before, that was important. You can have an intimate relationship with somebody and never have intercourse.
Thank you. You sure can.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because, like they say, like the average married couple, like they not having sex every night. If you are, that's fine, but everybody's not doing that every night. So you have to have that balance and knowing like, do I like this person if we don't have sex? Like, can I really be their friend? That's what you got to think about, if there's somebody you want to be with, like, but if it's just sex, then y'all ain't gonna make it because that go out the window,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that brings up another point. This quarantine could be fostering healthier relationships where you don't have people just jumping in the bed. They actually getting to know each other. And it's like you got that big old filter on where people not even gonna make it through that gate like they would have if you were in person.
Right. Yeah. It definitely is. It's open up, eyes for people to be honest, for people to get to know each other, to get to know yourself and what do you want and what you don't want, because somebody can say one thing and then you look up and they not doing that. It's just like, but I thought you said this, but you a totally different person. So it is really giving you, because I'm not gonna lie, I've looked at, people that I have liked or people that have been interested in me. And it's like, you told me one thing, but then I see you doing another thing, because, I have those people that say, I'd rather you call me than text. Okay, well, let me try this out. We texting all the time. I call you, you're not picking up the phone. That's a red flag. I thought you liked to talk on the phone, but you're not picking up the phone. So it's like, I'm seeing all of this stuff and it's just like, nah, that ain't you. Like, you on social media, you telling people this or you told me this, but that's not who you really are. So red flag.
So you telling me that COVID is out here exposing these ninjas?
Yes. It's exposing everybody. It's exposing me, everybody.
Because if you got it, so you think about these men or even women who are married and not disclosing, or they're in a relationship that they're living with someone and they're not disclosing that to you. At this point, they're probably like text masters.
Yep.
Because they texted all day because they can't pick the phone. They boo right there. They wife or they guy. They're right there.
Exactly.
So this is messing up a lot of cheat. So that you telling me that's why they're sending us a lot of domestic abuse?
Yeah.
Going out. They can't get to their real boo.
Yes. Girl, they can't get to the real boo. It's just like, okay, I got to be stuck with this man. I got to be stuck with this woman. I can't get out the house, hang with my friends, or go see my side piece. Be with my side piece. That's a song, too.
Yeah, see, I'm so happy that you did that, because on TikTok, it looks like you can sing. But
no, I can.
I needed them to witness that, because in real life, this girl is horrible. All of us, all the friends, every time she tried to sing.
No, really, I can. But that's another podcast. I can sing, but no, you.
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying you're right that it's exposing people. So I don't know if everybody saw, and I had one friend, like, he always talk about this too, but I saw it. It was the Red Table Talks where Jada said that she didn't know Will. Like, she's starting to understand that she did not know Will. So you see this social media, these two celebrities, oh, they're so cute. Oh my God, relationship goals. I want to be like them, me and my boo. But she's been quarantined with him forever because we feel like we've been in this forever. And she's just finding out that she don't know who her husband is. So ain't that something? So
that is crazy, but I can see it though, because you would think that they both live very, very busy lives. Like they're not just chilling in a house. They're, they're all around. They got famous children that are always, they're out here touring, they're doing concerts and everything like that. And then you got one, acting. And so anyway, I'm sure they don't get time to have that good quality time where they ain't got nothing to do but to focus on each other. And then nothing's there to be distracting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So now she's finding out who she married, right?
Which that could be scary.
Yeah.
Some people probably wish they single now.
Exactly. So that's why I say it's always like a two-part for me, because it's just like you may hear about the arguments and you're like, oh, thank God I'm not going through that. But then again, you miss the friend, someone always being there, the intimacy, all of that you miss. So it's always a two-part. So that's why it's so important in your single life to really get to know you and what you will accept and what you won't accept. So that's so important. And that's what I'm on. Like, okay, I like you. I think you're a great guy. I think you're handsome. You got a lot going for yourself. Don't know if you're the right person for me. But this was fun while it lasted. And keep it moving. Because God got somebody for everybody. Nobody's out here meant to be lonely or anything like that. That's why a lot of times I say on social media, like, you're not lonely. You single, but you still not lonely, So you got God, and if you can't, it's so important. I had to learn this. If you cannot deal with your own self, can't nobody else deal with you.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody else, because I got to know if you can deal with, I'm going to want to sing all the time, whether I can or I can't. Mm-hmm. I'm going to want to dance and have fun. Some days I may want to cry. Some days I may not feel like getting up, cooking nothing. Just all of that. Sometimes I want to talk your ear off, and sometimes I don't want to talk to you at all. So are you able to handle all of that with me? And vice versa with him, whatever he got going on. Am I able to handle all of that with him, what he carries?
Exactly. It is a lot. Being in a relationship, a marriage, all of that is work. It's not all peaches and cream.
Nope.
That perfect, the perfect marriage persona or perfect relationship, the relationship goals. A lot of that is a facade.
Yes,
just because
it is.
Like you just said, all those things you just said, you sound like you moody. I know I'm moody.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And these men are moody. And when you're going through the moves, they're not going to always coincide. Like, they're not going to always be going in the same direction. So he might be up here, you down here, and all of that. But I think that's just a part of being in a relationship and realizing that, or inside a marriage, and realizing that person is worth the ups and downs. Okay, I understand you feeling some type of way. Yeah, I'm a actress, and just move, learn how to dance together in your feelings, or whatever you might call it.
Thank you. Yep, you definitely got to learn how to move together. And it's so funny because I had just put up a post the other day. It says that everybody, like, we live in a world right now where I feel like everybody thinks that you have to have it all together. Nobody wants to build anymore, and that's crazy. So I can't be with anybody where if I'm coming to you, I got to have it all together, because I don't. And that's why I said we are not the same. If you trying to give me advice because you got it all together, I don't want it, because we are not the same. I don't have it all together. I'm not going to pretend like I got it all together, but we can build towards something to make it work for us. And always been on that thing that nobody's relationship is my relationship goals. It's like I said, it's a facade. It's no such thing. I love, like you all, I love my friends and their husbands. I'm happy for all of you all. I see the good things. So it's just like, but that doesn't mean Sika and Cook's relationship is my relationship goals. Of course, our past president, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, I love them. But still, their relationship is not my relationship goals. It's not.
Exactly. And just let me speak on that real quick.
Yes.
Because Becoming. It's on Netflix if you haven't seen it. Beautiful. Oh, I loved it.
I love it too. Yes. Yep.
But even her book, okay. But she was talking about how they went to counseling. Like, so we just see Michelle and Barack, and we're like, oh my God, they're so perfect. I couldn't see a more perfect couple. They're the first family in the, you know, the whole thing. But she was still trying to figure out her life. She was still trying to figure out her marriage. It was all the same thing. So people need to stop looking at what's on the outside of things and start looking in. And maybe if you really knew what was going on in some people's households, you'd be happy being single.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Because everybody throw it up there. Oh my God, they're such a perfect couple. It's no such thing as perfect, people. Never have been. Okay, it's not an individual person that's perfect. It's not a child that's perfect. A parent, a relationship. You're never going to get that. So it's just like, stop it. Yeah, what they got, that's nice, that's cute, that's pretty, but it's still not my goal. You know, it's still, and my only, even if I call it a relationship goal, my thing is that you love me for who I am and I love you for who you are. That's it. Because I know it's going to be good times and it's going to be bad times. And I got to make sure that I'm willing to work through that with you and you're willing to work through that with me.
Okay.
Girl, honey, okay.
So, I got another question for you.
Yes, come on, we got it. Let's go, girl.
So, with your quarantine dating, have you found or have you been talking to someone? Not even found. So let's skip that found. Have you been talking or dating someone that you actually want to date in person? And then the flip side of that is, did you start dating someone via Zoom or, you know, whatever, and you was like, oh, I'm so happy we dated like this before we even had a real date because I'm good?
FaceTime. That was a FaceTime.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a FaceTime. It's just like, okay, like, no, this is not what I need in my life. I thought I wanted it. This is not what I need. So just keep it moving.
So how did you know? It's a FaceTime. It's not, it's limited amount of interaction you can have on a FaceTime. So you're able to make a decision based off of a FaceTime?
Yeah, because your text messages are totally different. You can write me anything all day behind you're hiding. It's the mask, right? We always talk about take the mask off. But then I'm right here, I'm in your face. It's a FaceTime. And it's just like, I don't have your attention, you know, or you're not, and not necessarily saying that you got to be saying the same things that you text to me, but it's like in your text messages, I felt you. I was like, oh my God, that is so sweet. But when I saw you face to face, it was like, do you have conversation? Like, can you keep this up? That's how I felt like, but it wasn't there.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like he was good at the text dating, but when it came to face, he was just either he was intimidated or it had to be, because if he was able to kind of conversate with you and make you feel some type of way, and I feel like text messages, you read them the way you want to read them in a way, or whatever you feel like, you end up reading them in a certain way. But some words, there's no mixing it up. It is what it is, right?
Right.
But talking to somebody, there is no way it is what it is. Like you said this, I see your facial expression, I see your body movements. With a text, it could be all over the place.
It could be all over the place, right?
He was able to hide behind the text messages.
Yeah. And it was more than one. Now I could see if it was only one FaceTime, it's like, okay, you ain't giving him a chance. It was more than one FaceTime though. So it's just like, all right, I can't do this anymore. Like, let's just keep it moving. Cool person. Probably ain't the one for me. And people be like, that's why you single, because you cut everybody. No, I don't cut everybody off. Because like my friends know me, it's somebody who I'm really, 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 really feeling, and they've been around a long time. So it's just like, you know,
we all
exactly. So no, I don't cut people off. And it's not to say like, okay, because I think that's the one for me. No, I don't know who's for me. But at the same time, it's like, okay, we're quarantined. Why can't I have your attention? Like, you were so good at the text messages. You said all of the right things, you know, and I understand being intimidated. I understand being shy. So that's why I gave it more than one try. And it didn't work.
Okay, You think it was being shy instead of being intimidated?
It could have been either one of those. I thought in the beginning, but because I let it go on for so long, I was starting to see, no, that wasn't it.
Oh.
It made me wonder, which again, it's fine with me. If you feeling somebody else, that's fine, because we're dating, we're getting to know each other. But don't just pretend it's me, and you and your text message like, oh, I only want to be with you when I like. No, but then when I see you on FaceTime, you lying. So maybe you thinking about somebody else. Maybe I ain't have, on FaceTime. I don't know. I'm not to let you waste my time, my quarantine time.
I heard that. So then with these listen, I am like, this whole Zoom dating and all of that, that's totally new. This is new age, new school stuff.
Yep.
It's interesting. So you telling me you can have a date at 5, 4, 3, 2, and then go back the other way, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can have a date all day. Like all you can have them lined up.
Yep.
How many? What was the most amount of Zoom dating did you do in one day?
I probably just one.
Okay. Every day.
Yeah, because I never thought about it like that. Like, oh, well, let me just line them up. But thank you for the idea, bestie.
Girl, you got to consolidate your time. You can't be out here spread out over the week. Get all them dates in one day.
One day.
Make up everything. Play the best for last, because you might have took cups of wine. Like, yeah, this is a nice day. And you got to eat light on the first couple days. Because you don't want to get full and bloated and sluggish when you really get to that last date where you want to really have a glass of wine and some steak and potatoes and y'all watching movies and stuff like that.
Right.
You want to make sure that you eat a cucumber sandwiches in the first day. Maybe just keep the cucumber. Don't do the bread. It'll fill you up.
Okay.
Straight cucumbers and water. Okay.
That's
then you make your way down. Is that a little bit heavier? You want to go a little heavier. Maybe some meat and cheese.
Okay.
But that last steak and potato all the way.
Okay. And that's the one I'm really feeling. Like, save him for last, right?
Save him for last, because you're gonna enjoy that meal. You're gonna enjoy that day. You're gonna enjoy your glass of wine in that movie. You're gonna be cracking. That's just my theory.
So y'all first. Y'all want to get in on my Zoom lineup. Hit Sika up. She gonna put y'all on my list.
You gotta have a schedule at your desk, at that computer. You need a schedule. You are single in quarantine.
My phone. I got my phone. I'm just letting them come through you if they podcast, and then you gonna let me know, like. But that's a good idea. That's what I'm gonna do the next time. I'm gonna have a Saturday Zoom date day.
Yes. Oh my! I'm surprised ain't nobody came up with like a Zoom dating. Like like maybe create a list, right? Singles and quarantine, right? You create a list, a melon list.
Yes.
And a person that's like actually the head of it or whatever, the administrator.
Yes.
They send out random meeting codes, and you get about 6 codes to your email, and then you get the time you're supposed to be there. You get to be in that room with that person for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes, that's like speed dating, right? You should
dating.
Do it.
Girl, I ain't got time.
You can be the head. We know she married. Don't y'all be trying to come for my friend, because I'll knock your head off.
No, I love my husband. I ain't going on there.
Right. But you and Cook should set that up. Y'all should be the leaders of it. Put me on the list. I'm going to every room. I want to.
No, we're gonna have to slip. We're gonna have you 4 extra numbers. Like, you gonna have 4 extra numbers. Yeah. Everybody gonna have 10 of them, and you're gonna be in all the rooms.
Yep.
I'm telling you, somebody's gonna steal that idea.
Yeah, you should do it. It's TM. It's trademark, y'all.
It's already trademarked. Like, that's me.
Yep.
Because you think about it, even in this day and time where we're now required to wear a mask outside. You go into in an enclosed place. You don't really get to see people. I really realize that going to the grocery store when I do, it's like I see you from your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's if you got on glasses.
Right.
You miss a lot, and I feel like a lot of people, you miss a lot of people's soul, right?
Yeah.
Your eyes are expressive, but your
Right.
smile, the way you're moving, all of that, that is a conversation. That's like a whole conversation. A conversation ain't just verbal, like it's all the movements and things behind it, and we missing a lot of smiles.
Yeah. A lot of smiles, because you don't know. And girl, my silly self, because I smile at everybody. I be in the grocery store smiling. I'm like, oh, they don't even see me smiling nothing. What the heck I'm smiling for?
I'm so guilty of that when I be in the, because you know I wear mask at work in the
Right.
OR. So I'm in the OR and we have a good old time in the OR. Between nurses, doctors, techs, all of that, like some of the best personalities, but we got on a mask. So I'm not really quiet, but
no, you're not.
but at work, sometimes I'm a little quiet to be chilling behind the drapes. And then I might stand up and I'm listening to a story and I start smiling so hard, like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I won't say it. And I just smile like, you know how you can smile and be like, they can't see that.
Right.
It's the same thing now. So I'm like, dang, I feel like that my whole, like every day, all day, that's what it's going to be like.
Yeah. That's
can't really
new norm, right?
Huh?
That's the new norm for now, is wearing this mask. So you mean to tell me you out there at the grocery store, you see a good looking guy or a good looking girl and they can have 10 teeth missing. How you gonna know? They got
my
mask on. Yes, being catfish, like, oh my God. Like I fell in love with your ass.
See, this is why we got to start the speed zooming or whatever, speed dating. Because you need to go right home and see them teeth.
Exactly. So that's why, like, y'all got to get cards made. You see somebody like, oh, he kind of cute. Hand them the card. Be like, meet me on Zoom tonight. That way you can see how he look or she look.
Even better, you better put your picture on this card and it better match your Zoom. Because I need to be able to screen. That's what I'll be thinking if I was y'all.
I feel you. Girl, something has something on my phone, a scanner, like, is this you?
Right through your mask. I see you. You ain't fooling nobody. So yeah, that's probably something that we need to do,
Yeah.
Y'all, we need to be a cook, need to get that set up because
get it set up.
This is a whole new thing. But you got all the social media too, though, where you get to see people.
You do. Yeah, so you get that social media. Yeah.
But those are pictures that can have filters.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have to see those pages where everybody, the whole page is full of what you call those Snapchat filters.
Yes.
Like the more beautiful big eyes or lashes.
Girl.
They got blush, lipstick on, skin on flawless at 100, like
flawless.
all 100% of the time. But it's all filters.
All filters.
That's probably not a good way either.
No, because that's why, again, we're going back to being single and dating. When you on a Zoom or you a FaceTime, they call you. Don't be scared to answer because you got your scarf on, especially if it's somebody that you feeling. Now, if they seen you at your best, fine. So they calling you and you got your scarf on, you ain't got no makeup on, answer that phone. They either two things gonna happen. They gonna hang up or they gonna talk to you.
Right. Or they gonna sit on the phone and act shy. Or did you have on your scarf?
No, I didn't. Not all the time. No, not all the time. But a couple of times I did pick up and I had my scarf on.
I don't blame you.
But sometimes no, I didn't. Because like I said, you got to be able to handle me like this because I'm not going to sleep like this. I'm not waking up like this. People be lying. On Instagram and Facebook, I woke up like this. No, you didn't. Beyonce said that and she don't even wake up like that. So
that's true.
Right. No, so you gotta. Huh?
I said it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with waking up not done up. Like that is natural.
It's natural. It is so natural. I've taken pictures where I've had makeup on, where I didn't have makeup on. I took pictures with filters on, no filters on. I took pictures with rollers in my hair. Everything. I've done videos talking about my thick eyebrows, no lashes. Like, come on now. You got to be real. because this is who you are. Like, again, mask off for real.
Oh,
Right.
that is the truth. Oh, that's the name of the dating place. Zoom date, mask off.
Mask off. There we go. Oh, y'all, this is about to be dope. I can't wait. Y'all, I'm coming out this quarantine booed up. Okay.
Okay. And that's people don't understand. This quarantine for some is gonna be hey, we gotta look at the rainbow. Yeah. It's gonna be a blessing in some way for everybody in a way. Of course, if you lost someone near and dear to you like that, right, it outshadows all of the possibilities during this time. You're gonna always remember this time period as losing a loved one. So I get that. But for us, those of us who might not be able to go to work and things like that, or go out and meet our booes because we're single and things like that.
Right.
Then, you guys are it might be something else that you get. It's a rainbow in another way. And like you said, you get to filter these men.
Yes.
And then the guy, I think it's very charming that the guy sent you the money for your dinner.
It was so nice. I was like, oh my God, do I love you?
Girl, you know that all they gotta do is feed us.
That's it. Like, just give me some food. Come on now. I had somebody else.
So guys, if you listen,
huh? Go ahead.
What you say? I said, guys, if you're listening, all you gotta do is feed Sherese Marie Payne, and she gonna think she love you. And that's most single women. Feed them.
But once you find out, it's going to be more than that comes with it. But the food is always a plus. It's a great start to get to my heart. So
I got one last question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like you're dating more now than you were prior to this quarantine?
Yep. I do. Wow. And it's like, if I feel like I'm getting more conversations on the phone with people, than before, because now you're at home. You're not running around here doing nothing. So you got time. You got time to talk on the phone. You got time to FaceTime. You got time to Zoom. You got that time. So I do. It's like before I was just sitting around like, is anybody going to talk to me?
If you don't stop exaggerating, whatever. This girl is exaggerating.
Yeah,
I think this is exaggerating, okay? I'll
be in the house. I go play with my friends. I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing.
I ain't saying nothing. Where the mic at?
But y'all don't think that's what I say. People can't think that I'm not desperate. That's it's like, so it ain't out here like, oh, let me get in her inbox and I'm that person. Like I told you, since we've been quarantined, it's no reason to not answer people. I don't care who come in my DM, I'm gonna reply back to you. If it's just a thank you, if it's just a heart, because you're in my DM, you took the time out to send me a message. Before I may have seen it, to be honest, and I just kept going on about my day. But now it's just like, okay, I'm sitting at the computer, I'm working, I'm doing homework, I'm making content, we doing podcasts, I'm raising Asia, but I'm at home, so I have more time to reply back to you. So you don't be afraid to slide in them DMs. Go ahead.
What's that song? Who sing that song? It goes down in the DM.
Oh, who sing? And that's one of my songs. It goes down in the DM. What's that name?
Girl, I don't know. I'm horrible with names and just in general when it comes to music. Besides the singing, I could sing.
But. Right. That's our next podcast. We're gonna have a singing competition.
Girl, I think we should.
I think so. Because you're not gonna keep lying to our besties.
I would never lie to our besties.
You're not gonna lie. Oh look, and let me tell them something else about like dating. You do not have to post it all over social media who you dating. Because today you could be dating Billy. Tomorrow you could be dating John. Next week you could be dating Kevin. So it's like cut it out. Cut it out. For me, this is how I feel for me. I think even when I'm in that relationship, You will know it, but you won't know. You're like, is she still single? Like, I ain't gonna be posting about single and stuff like that. But it's just like, that's private to me. Until we married, then it's just like, boom, hey y'all. So, but other people,
Official.
it's official
At that point.
Yeah, because it's
So
true.
what's the difference between? So I know it's hard because okay, so you saying like don't post that you're like in a relationship and you're dating, and then it's the other side of that. People post about being single. What is the like? Just post when you married?
Not necessarily. You don't have to. Everybody's different, but I'm just saying for me, if I was in a relationship now, if it's a real one, if now he pressuring me like we real, I'm like, okay, this is something I feel we gonna make that next move, which it may be marriage. If he feeling that way, then okay, y'all may want to go ahead and post about you. But if you feeling a little bit confused, you don't know where this is going, you don't have to post that, because we as people, we're nosy people. So that gives us the opportunity to see like, okay, well, she was just dating Kevin, and now all of a sudden, here goes 6 months later, she with somebody else. Don't tell us you with Kevin. Like, keep that quiet. You don't have to always post it. That's what I'm saying. But if it's real, like real, go ahead. If that's what you want to do, post it. I'm not the type of person like, okay, I gotta hurry up. If I get a boyfriend tomorrow, y'all won't know about him. I'm not about to post like, okay, I'm no longer looking. I'm not on the market anymore.
My king has arrived,
I'm not about to do that, not tomorrow. You may not see for a while me post something about me being single, but I'm not about to post tomorrow that, hey, somebody they got me, they took me. No, I'm not about to do that.
I'm off the market. So so with that being said, you're not desperate, but you do post about being single.
Yes.
Why do you post about being single?
Because I just want everybody to know that I am. So, if you want to slide in that DM, you can slide in that DM.
It's your open invitation to say holla at your girl.
Right. And then also to, again, bring us back to the beginning of this podcast, it's okay to be single. It's okay because you learning about yourself. So it's all right. Because again, like we say, sometimes you feel like you're lonely. I've had those days, you will have those days, but then again, you have those days where you're okay with that because you have your peace. So That's why I think I posted, because I just want to let people know, like, hey, yeah, I am single, but again, at the same time, it's just like, okay, I'm not desperate though, but if you want, you can sign a DM. If you don't want to, that's fine. If I want to sign in your DM, I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Okay. And also let people know that being single ain't gotta be a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's not
posting all about you and Asia's, you post a lot about you and what Asia, you and I should say escapades, what y'all be doing together, hanging out, doing y'all thing, TikToking, and before that going to like kids events and things like that.
Right.
You also post about your socializing with your friends, us, family, exactly. and so on. So it's a healthy mix to show that being single does not mean you don't have a whole other life outside of that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it means. Like you can still have a life outside of that. You don't have to be at home moaning and groaning and crying and praying all the time for a man. Like, no, have fun. You still gotta have fun. Because some people are really just sitting around wishing they just had a man. They're not doing anything else. You got to get up and move. Move, girl. Move.
Exactly.
Got to move around. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you definitely dropped some understanding on me, because I did not. I'm like, what is it like? And that's why I was like, man, that's a good topic. What is it like being single during this time? It don't seem all that bad. You know what I mean? It really don't seem all that bad, since you are dating more than you've ever dated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. It's not that bad. Of course, like you said, everybody, and that's the thing people got to realize. You got to say, when you having your day, like, this is not my day. Today, I wish I was in a relationship. It's okay to say that, because you got to be honest with yourself. And then tomorrow may come and be like, you know what, man, you see what somebody else going through or hear what somebody else going through. Like, you know what, I'm glad I'm not going through that right now. So you just got to be honest with yourself. Because I've learned, even though I've been on that journey where I've learned a lot about myself, like this time right here, it's just like, dang, I'm really knowing me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, okay, I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like talking about that. I don't feel like looking at that. I don't feel like reading that. You know, it's just like, I don't feel like watching that. So you find out more and more about yourself.
Okay. Well, that definitely sums it up for me. I got a full understanding now about being single during the stay-at-home or quarantine COVID-19 situation.
Yes.
To all you single besties, single guys,
Yep.
y'all just date. Like,
Just
have
date.
fun with it. Line them up, cucumber. Don't forget the cucumber first, then the cheese and meat, and then you're gonna go on to the steak and potatoes. You gotta line them up. Okay.
Right. So we have a breakfast date, a lunch date, and a dinner date. So I have to pick my breakfast date, my lunch date, my dinner date.
Exactly.
That's
all right.
All right, y'all. And y'all know that saying. They say Rapunzel, she got engaged when she was quarantined. And Rapunzel, right? That's her name.
I don't know who you go.
Let down your hair, Rapunzel. She was quarantined. Her mama kept her in the house, girl.
Oh.
So look, God is keeping me in the house, and I'm gonna come out like, huh?
You talking about the cartoon Rapunzel?
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking because I don't follow. I need to be on social media more. Everybody always saying something about somebody on social media. Don't you know Coco Boom Boom? I be like, girl, nah, who Coco Boom Boom? You know,
Right.
and when you like Rapunzel, I'm thinking this is a real person. I'm like, really? She did? Oh, congratulations, Rapunzel. Shout out to Rapunzel.
Yes.
No, you talking about Rapunzel, let your hair down.
Yes, let your hair down. Yes. See, you see now.
We'll talk about this later. I don't know nobody, and I'm thinking this is a real person.
I'm just telling the besties that it's hope for y'all. If Disney can do it, we can do it. Okay.
Exactly. All right, besties. Well, it was great talking with Sherese this evening. I hope you guys got something from it. I surely have got some understanding, like I said a million times. And she's super dope. And I just want to thank you for opening up and being real with our besties and telling them what the real is.
Yes, it's real out here, y'all, for your girl. Now I got to go up here and look at somebody on Instagram like, ooh, who I like. Just saying.
Well, all right, besties. Until next week, we thank you so much for joining us this evening. Bye.
Bye.